It's your boy Atticus. Today we've got the 49ers coming to town to face our New York football giants. Week 9, 3-0. Back at MetLife last week was a heartbreaking loss in Philadelphia. I'm still feeling the burn from that one, but today is a brand new day fresh out the wrapper. 49ers are 5-3, and they coming in here wounded too. Both teams are starving for a win. I hope the Giants are the ones that get it. So let's set the table, right? But before we dive in, please, please, please do me a favor, guys. If you don't mind liking and subscribing to the podcast, I'd be very grateful to you. That way, every time we drop a new video, hit that notification bell every time we drop a new video. You'll be able to hear our pregame, postgame, midweek shows, everything in between. So kickoff is today at 1 o'clock. It's going to be on CBS. Um, the books, Vegas, pretty much, well, a lot of people, I won't say everybody, have San Francisco favored by 2.5 points. Um, they think that the total score is going to be between 48.5 points as of this morning. Anyway, it's a great day for football. I wish I could be there. My boy Joe, he got my tickets for the game today, so he's going with his dad. So I hope they have a real good time. But it's supposed to be great weather for a game. The Giants are 2-6. They suffered again a disappointing 38-20 loss to Philly. It's hard to play two teams when the refs are making the most egregious calls that we've ever seen. And the 49ers are 5-3. They also coming in after a loss. I believe they lost to the Texans last week, 26-15. So both teams got a little bit of edge to them today. And I think it's going to be a really spirited effort by both of these teams. Philadelphia just gashed us on the ground. I mean, and they had some explosive plays through the air. Jalen Hurts threw 4 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, to his first play of the game, he had a 65-yard rushing touchdown. Um, and at the end of the game, 38-20, it's hard to stop a team when you're allowing them to accumulate almost 300 rushing yards in a game. And like I said, Jalen Hurts the prior week had a 158.3 passer rating, and he continued to play well against the Giants this week. And then for San Francisco, CJ Stroud, who has been kind of struggling to start the year, but last week they put it together, and they beat the Texans 26-15. I mean, the Texans beat the 49ers 26-15. San Francisco struggled. They couldn't run the ball. Mac Jones, he has been the guy. I mean, with Brock Party dealing with this toe injury, Mac Jones has looked pretty incredible. And I think that says a lot about the head coach. Shanahan's done a unbelievable job with quarterbacks who are maybe destined to be mediocre, but having flourishing careers under his coaching style. So today's availability, we got a lot of injuries. Let's do a quick injury run through. Um, the Giants again are very thin in their secondary. Paulson Adebo's out with a knee injury. Cordell Flott is in concussion protocol. He's out. Chauncey Golston, who has really, in my opinion, underperformed, and I thought he was going to have much more of an impact with our defense. As far as the edge rushers goes, he has not been able to get on the field and stay on the field. Art Green, he's out. That's another corner. Daniel Bellinger and Jermaine Illuminar are doubtful. And Jermaine Illuminar, believe it or not, while he was probably the most consistent piece on our offensive line last year, he is the one player, maybe two players on the offensive line who has been a little less consistent, but he's still very good. And he's doubtful to play. Javon Holland is questionable. We think we might see him today, and Marcus Embo is likely going to get the start if Jermaine Illuminor can't play. So, in Embo, he did a really good job coming in when Holland lost his mind and committed four offensive penalties on a single drive to start the season. Even though the Giants ended up scoring on that drive, And Bo came in and he played pretty well. So I think he's going to be okay. So the Giants also elevated a few bodies yesterday to cover. So keep an eye on the inactives list 90 minutes before kickoff. We need to see how that's going to work out. Again, Brock Purdy is questionable. It's likely that we're going to see Mac Jones play. He's been playing very well. So we'll likely see him start again. And Purdy is probably going to be dressed on the sideline in a backup role. They really don't want to play them unless they feel that they have to. And I'm not a San Francisco 49ers fan at all, but if I were Shanahan, I wouldn't even put him on the field. I'd give him as much time as he needed to heal because Mac Jones has been playing well and there hasn't been this steep fall off from the quarterback position. So I think that they would be okay. And then on defense, you got Gross Matos, Bryce Huff are both out. Bryce Huff was supposed to be a huge key on their defense, so he's not going to be in there. Jake Brendo's out. Ricky Pearsall's out. I mean, they got several offensive line and defensive line pieces that are questionable. I mean, the injury report between the Giants and the 49ers had like 30 plus players on it. So this is just like the freaking ER room or the triage ward of your local hospital. I mean, both teams are picking players off of practice squads across the league just to be able to have enough players to suit up for this game. So we'll see what happens. I do think that the Giants have enough pieces to win this game. I think this is a very winnable game, but we'll see. But the line, like I said, the 49ers are still favored by 2.5 points. But some people are saying the Giants could win this game. I think this is a game that, believe it or not, the Giants are still only 2 games out of second place in the NFC East. And I don't know how I feel about where we are position wise in our division. I don't feel the same way I did last year. Like we should just lose as many games as we could and pick up pieces in the draft and free agency and start again next year. I think the Giants need to really try to win some games. So as far as the San Francisco 49ers, like what's going on in the 49ers minds with the quarterback rhythm, right? Like if it's going to be Mac Jones, San Francisco really needs to lean into a structure quick game. I mean, you got Christian McCaffrey and Kittle coming back today. They're going to be able to produce some volume, right? They're going to be able to produce some positive yardage. But if Purdy's in uniform and not starting, it's still Jones and timing and decision making that you're going to be really looking at. And then with the Giants and our depleted corners, and the way that Shanahan's able to scheme things up, I mean, our outside leverage and match rules could become critical. Like Shanahan can really key in on certain matchups that he likes with motions and bunch formations, play action crosses. There's so many things that we've seen Shanahan do that has opened up some tremendous opportunities for his San Francisco 49ers, even with all the injuries that they have suffered. So the trenches are going to be key. The San Francisco 49ers starting center is out. Multiple linemen on that offensive line is out. I really think that we should see Illuminor, not Illuminor, Abdul Carter get in there. Thibodeau, I'd like to see him get some more pressure. I think that Dexter Lawrence, after being called out by Carl Banks, is poised to have a big game today. And Brian Burns has just been doing what Brian Burns does. He's been having a big season. So with all these injuries on the San Francisco 49ers offensive line, I think the Giants have an opportunity, a chance to really do some big things. So hopefully that happens with them. Some of the keys for the Giants offense, they gotta protect Jackson Dart, right? They gotta give him pace, right? Early, quick game, play action, RPOs, get the ball out, punish the soft zones that the 49ers are going to give you. Maybe roll him out to the launch point. And if Belly's not available to play, they got to lean in the split flow looks and use tight end wide receiver chips to help Jermaine Illuminor's position, help Mambo over there. But there's a lot of things that the Giants can do, and they've proven to be very effective with bringing in the tight ends. I know they have Fedoni that they brought up from the practice squad. Bellinger. Um, Bellinger has played extremely well. Theo Johnson continues to drop the ball, and that really bothers me because he's such an all around good athlete that I think that if he can figure out his dropsies, he can be such an incredible weapon. But I swear to you, I keep feeling like Evan Ingram 2.0 when it comes to Theo Johnson, where what we thought we were getting was a better version of, I can't even think of the guy's name who played for us, and then he went down to after his wife's breakup, he went down to Miami. Can't even think of his name right now, but that's how jaded I am. But I think that the Giants have done a really good job with Kafka and Dable scheming up ways to get the tight ends involved. And then Chris Manhertz is out also, by the way, getting the tight ends involved into the passing game. So we really haven't felt that tremendous of a drop off at the receiver position that you think you would when Wan'Dale Robinson has moved into your number one. Slayton is obviously back. So he can give you some deep route options, some comebacks, some posts. Tyrone Tracy Jr., but remember, he started his career as a wide receiver, switched over to running back, and he's an option that can really open things up, spread the field, get you some more opportunities that you may not otherwise have. So, and San Francisco's pass rush isn't what it was. I mean, they got a lot of injuries that they're dealing with. Gross Matos is out, Huff is out, but they still been winning. So if you're in third and long, call it like a first down offense, 4 to 6 yards, profits. Keep the menu open. Like keep doing the things that you've done, right? Keys for the Giants defense. They have to find a way. And Christian McCaffrey's going to do what he does. He's going to pick up some yards. He's very elusive. He's hard to bring down. He protects the ball well. So the Giants are going to have to rotate in fresh players every now and then to make sure that they're healthy enough and not winded to take care of shutting down that running game. Because remember, the Giants got torched last week, almost 300 rushing yards. That is completely unacceptable. So if you can get him and keep him into 3 to 4 yard runs, make good tackles. Oh my God, the tackling was atrocious last week. Bring your safety down. You know, Dane Belton is really good at seeking out that hole that he needs to get to stop the run. They have a chance to right some of their wrongs that they experienced last week and make Mac Jones beat you with deep throws, right? And I know that's a little bit hard to swallow given the fact that we're dealing with such a depleted secondary. But if we get good pressure up front, the timing is going to be so off that it's going to create opportunities in our secondary to maybe make some turnovers and get some interceptions. The Giants have notoriously not played well against tight ends, and with Kittle returning, that can be a problem. So, they got to really rally to the tackle, make sure that they don't give up wide open lanes for Mac Jones or if it's Purdy to pass the ball to. And when he does make the catches that he's probably going to make, bring him down immediately. No yards after the catch is what we need to see. And they really need to, like I said before, they really have to put pressure on that offensive line and the quarterback for San Francisco. They have to take some of the pressure off of some of these young players and the New York Giants secondary, these inexperienced guys who, that they're coming in and going to be doing the best they can, but you got to help them out, right? And the way you help them out is you put heavy pressure on the San Francisco's depleted offensive line. You run some blitz packages, some twists, and you create opportunities for your edge rushers, who and the Giants have a lot of good ones and some good interior rushing defensive players to make plays and affect the pass. A pressure play, constant pressure plays are better than just a sack here and there any day, as far as I'm concerned. The more pressure you put the quarterback under, the better opportunities we're gonna have. And on Slayton, take a shot. Get them down the field, open it up, make them understand, or don't make yourself a one dimensional team. If you take shots down the field, that's going to open up some things in the middle. That's going to open up opportunities for screenplays, the RPOs, the play actions. All of those things will come into play and work in your favor if the Giants do those things and do them well. So field possession is going to be a big deal too. Last week, the Giants were giving up atrocious field possession to the Philadelphia Eagles. Every time they got the ball, punted, kicked it away, it seemed like they were starting either in their own territory or very close to it. So special team coverage units have to do a much better job playing their lanes right, getting back into the play if they're knocked out of bounds, coming down with those gunners. But they've got to do a really good job of lane and gap integrity. So hopefully they'll be able to do that because those hidden yards, those yards where you're starting off at the middle of the field or in your own or in your opposing team's territory is critical. I don't really like to play the field position game. I like for my offense to go out there and light it up and the defense to make those stops wherever possible, but make it more challenging for them whenever you can. So the books are saying San Francisco is going to win by about a field goal. My head says that this is a one-score game. They're going to grind it out. Third down management, red zone execution, which has been very good with Jackson Dart at quarterback. Excuse me. Is going to decide this game. And if we can stay out of 3rd and 8 situations and really limit their big explosive play opportunities, I think the Giants can win this game. I really think the Giants, I mean, going into last week's game against Philadelphia, they were scoring 30 points a game with Jackson Dart at the helm. I think Jackson Dart, and even without the terrible loss that we suffered with Cam Scatterboo, and this New York Giants offense can win this game. It's a home game, good weather. I think the fans are going to be live. I'm sure there are going to be some San Francisco 49er fans there. Um, you know, it's not often, every 4 years, they get to come to MetLife and see their team play at Giant Stadium. So I would expect for there to be a good turnout for their fans at the stadium today, too. But I feel pretty good about the Giants' chances. Don't drop the ball, tackle well, affect pressure on the quarterback. Special teams has to do a much better job. I hope that Dable has made the right personnel decision choices and who to elevate. I hope, please, God, make sure Graham Gano's hamstring is okay. But I think that the Giants do have an opportunity to really stop the bleeding. A 2-game losing skid is I don't like how it feels. And I really like how the young quarterback got up at the podium and he said that, you know what? I don't like losing. We need to figure it out. We need to find a way. I think they're going to figure it out, find a way. And I don't know how popular or unpopular my opinion of Mike Kafka is, but I really like what Mike Kafka is doing with Jackson Dart. I like the play calling. I like how he's giving him opportunities, even how when the plays breaks down, how he's been coaching them during practices to find a way to come back to your quarterback and give him an opportunity to make a play. Or if it's the comeback is not available and to go deep is a possibility, to go deep, and Jackson Dart finds a way to get the ball to him. So rapid fire, CBS 1 o'clock games home. The game is home at MetLife Stadium. The New York Giants have great weather to play in. Adebo's out, Flott's out, Golston's out, Art Green is out. Belly, Illuminor are doubtful. I think Belly's going to play. I don't know about Illuminor. I think Mbo's going to be okay. 49ers got just a slew of injuries themselves. Um, just a difficult defeat for both teams last week. So both of them are hungry for a win today. And I'm hoping that the New York Football Giants get it. So I'm going to say final score is going to be New York Giants 31 and the San Francisco's 49ers are going to have I'm going to say 17 to 24 points. That's going to be the final score. But Big Blue is going to be back putting up 30 points, and the defense is going to hold strong and not surrender the victory. So don't forget, y'all, to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. So whenever we go live or drop some new content, you'll be notified. Yep, let's get it today. Go Big